Hey friends, Kevin here, and in this video we're going to take a look at just how easy it is to mount a TV on the wall. I will make sure that I have a link in the description below so you can take a look at it, and let's get started. The first step is to mount these brackets to the back of the television, and to do that what we'll do is they offer 3 different size screws, and mine are the 6M. So I'm going to take the 6M screw and then put that on the bracket. You just need a simple Phillips screwdriver. Do that for the next one. Put the washer on the screw. This time I'll get it started with my fingers. Tighten it down until it's snug and give it another quarter turn. And the way I'm mounting these is so that this lip is sticking out so that the next bracket can actually attach to it. Just like so. In fact, what we're going to do is loosen these screws just a little bit so that we can slide the bracket left and right to get this other bracket installed. Just get all these screws tight, quarter turn. That looks good. I've decided that I want to mount the television right around this portion, so I need to find a stud right here, and to do that I don't know exactly where the stud is, so I'm going to start out a ways, push the button, now I know it's ready to go, and then slide it along until it finds it. Right there, I'll make a mark. Should be right there. I'll come in from this direction just to verify. Looks like that's about where it is. So now that we know the stud is right here, what I need to do is figure out exactly where I want to mount this bracket. What I want to do is I want to have this bracket centered halfway between the TV stand down below and the ceiling up above. So what I've already done is I've taken measurements, and as you can see, if we measure from the top of the stand up to the ceiling, we've got 60 inches, which is 5 feet. So halfway is going to be the 30-inch mark. 30 inches, which is right there. So now that we know that we want the TV centered on this wall, and the center point is going to be the 30-inch mark, we're going to take a measurement of the bracket, take a measurement between the 2 screw holes because we're going to be using the screws, and that's 14 inches, so half of that is 7. So if we have 30 inches minus 7, that would be 23 inches. And from the ceiling, we'll come down 23 inches, and it's on the stud, so that's where we want 1 screw hole. As we know, the studs are 16 inches apart because that's how houses are framed nowadays. These tape measures have a little red mark on the 16-inch point, and every 16 inches is going to have this. So what that does is it tells you where the 16 on center point is, and I will hold the tape measure up to that mark here, and then I'm going to come over to the end of the tape measure and put another mark there, and we're going to check that to verify it. We have a stud there, so that's great. And then it was 23 inches down from here, so let me get my pencil. We're going to go 23 inches right here. So that's where we want the other one. And one other quick tip that I'd like to add when looking for a stud and using a stud finder, if you don't know where to begin and you have an idea of where exactly you want to mount something or hang a picture perhaps, one starting point could be either side of any of the electrical outlets or any of the light switches, because the box that those light switches and those outlets were installed in, they are mounted to the edge of a stud. So we don't necessarily know if it's the left side or the right side. If you take the plate off, you may be able to peek in there and take a look and see if it is the left or right. So that's going to be a quick way. And then you just count 16-inch increments over. So now that we know where the top two screws are going to be, or the top two bolts I should call it, the nice thing about this is we have a mounting template, a screw template. So I put a couple pieces of tape up here, and I'm just going to hold it up about how I would like it for that screw, the top two bolts, and that'll tell me exactly where the bottom two will fall. But because these are longer slots, what we're going to do is take a measurement from the wall to the left and find out where that stud is on the bottom side. So we have 47.5 inches, and then we will go 47.5 there. I'm just going to test that. Yep, that's the stud there. And then to get this one, we can just simply go over 16 inches. It's kind of hard to do with one person, so if you have a helper, that does help out a lot. But there's that one. So now we know where the 4 bolts are going to go. We take this down. If I didn't know exactly what size to use, a simple method would be take a drill bit that you think is going to be the thickness of the actual shaft of the bolt minus the threads. So if you hold it up, you should still be able to see the threads on either side, but the goal of the drill bit pilot hole is just to take the material out of the wood so that the shaft of the bolt has a place to go, but the threads of the bolt have a place to grip still into the wood. You don't want to make it so that it's such a big pilot hole that this just slides in easily. You want the threads to be able to grip in the wood. So quick pointer, just hold it right up, and if it eclipses the shaft of the bolt, then you're good to go. Bubbles inside the 2 lines, so I'm happy with that. I think that's great. And as you remember, the TV is able to pitch left and right, up and down, so that'll help if it's a little bit off, which in this case it's not. Before you get all the bolts tightened all the way down, you want to put all the bolts in. That way you still have a little play to be able to move it to get all bolts in. Next we're going to mount the arm to the wall bracket. And to do this, the thing I like about this wall mount kit is that everything is provided with these arrows. And as long as you make sure all of the arrows are pointing upwards into the sky, you'll be all right, and you're going to get everything lined up correctly. So this will just tilt into place. We have these little screws. I'm just going to get them hand tight for now. Now we're going to put this bracket onto that one, making sure it's hooked in there correctly. Now we take this locking screw, lock that to the back. And now the TV is secure. Now it doesn't come off when I tilt. Now finally, these two pieces that I thought were the cord management system, what that turns out to be is the cover plates. So we don't see the screws. It's nice to hide everything. See how this pops on there. Should just pop right in. That's one of them. And there you have it. As you can see, mounting a TV to the wall is quick and easy. All you need is a few simple tools and a little bit of your time out of the day, and you will have the same result. If you like this video and you got value out of it, please give it a thumbs up down below. I always appreciate that. And of course, leave a comment if you have a comment for me or a question that you'd like to ask. I have a blog at woodworkfamily.com. And as always, thanks for watching.